Feeling a little stalled out in the bedroom? Through Hims, you can get some gas back in the tank with personalized ED treatment options that are accessible without ever stepping foot in a doctor's office. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/Yannis. That's Hims, HIMS.com/Yannis for your personalized ED treatment options. Hims.com/Yannis, YANNIS. The featured products include compounded products which are not approved nor verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Yannis, Pappas. Yeah. When you all tucked up in the day long, and the news online going on and on, what's right and wrong, and there's something up. Now here comes a great kid you know you can trust. From the true who's who to the news and cameras to the fake politics and the propaganda. Get his kids screwed in, got a lot to say. Oh shit, it's about to be a long day. It's a long day.
Good evening, citizens of America. A few English-speaking viewers from the diaspora, the American diaspora, and also I want to add in people from the old country, right? The former motherland, probably a few Brits, maybe some Irish. Have nothing to do with the Brits if you don't want to. I don't want to cause any problems. Maybe a few Scots, maybe some people in South Africa, and maybe a few people in unforeseen spots. I could get hot in, Niger or Congo or Madagascar or maybe Chile, which has been left behind in the whole world trade Royal Rumble. It's very hard to think or talk about anything else right now because I think, like I alluded to in the past, right now, everyone is focused on one thing, and it's the most unified I have seen America in a very long time, and maybe this is what it took. I thought it was going to be maybe, I don't know, the Olympics. I thought maybe it would be Caitlin Clark. We're all rallying around a white lady who can shoot from half court. I thought maybe it would be McRib coming back or a new offer at McDonald's, something. I thought maybe it would be Tesla. I thought it was going to be Tesla, the great American company. I guess it's American. He's South African. He's just a member of the globe, but he's chosen America, much like Joel Embiid chose to play on the American basketball dream team. Elon Musk has chosen America. He likes us. And he chose Texas, and he's making stuff there with foreign parts from China. But he chose us. I thought it would be Tesla leading the world in clean energy cars that cost a few hands and arms in Africa and bad for the environment in other ways. But I don't want to hear it. Okay? I don't want to hear about every negative that comes with a positive anymore. We're not doing any fence sitting anymore. We're talking about things that I thought we were going to rally around. The Cybertruck coming out, right? Painted American flag on it. The Y became affordable. The 3 became affordable. I mean, you could be a waitress and own a Tesla 3 now. They're nothing. They're middle-class cars. I thought it would be something like that. Maybe Sweeney's tits. What's her first name? Sabatha Sweeney?
Yeah.
Martha Sweeney? Maybe the show White Lotus. I thought maybe it's going to be White Lotus. But no. What has united Americans more than anything is the worry about our money. What's going on with everyone's money? And the people who are saying they aren't worried are either full-blown, like there's a leak in the roof, they got a leak in their roof, crazy, or just real dumb. I don't want to use the R word because that's an insult to a word that can also be used for people who are special needs. Because if you're talking about anything else or thinking about anything else right now, you're just not a productive member of society and you don't care about anything. I mean, you just sound stupid. If you're up there going like, what do you think about what's going on with the new show? Nobody cares about the new show. Nobody cares about anyone special. Nobody cares about what your opinion is on anything. Right now, it's about what is going to happen between China and the United States. What is going to happen, and what does that mean for the stuff that we got coming in that goes into our mouth, goes over our roof, and goes into our lifestyle? That's the only thing that matters, okay? And right on cue, you got your left-wing satirists, I mean, dipping back into the archives of 2019 to make a point about trans athletes. John Oliver, what are you talking about? We're right in the middle of a fucking hot economic war. Make no mistake, this is a war. This is a war, okay? Often when countries start getting protectionist and isolationist and start, this is warfare on each other's countries, right? Two countries that were trading together, making each other's lives good, are saying, we want you to suffer and see who's going to suffer more now, okay? This could cause starvation, riots, whatever, unrest, shortages, you know. This is very real right now. This ain't no bullshit. This ain't reality TV. One of my favorite lines from The Departed. Just sums it up. This ain't reality TV. And John Oliver thought this must have been a program he shelved for a couple years. And maybe he was sick and he just said, throw it up. I mean, I don't know what he's talking about, but he got into the weeds of trans athletes and how much of an advantage trans women really have over women. And he was trying to suss out. Here's the deal. This isn't a trigonometry problem. You know, this isn't percentages and the complicated world of world trade. This isn't social policy. This isn't governance. This isn't architecture. You don't need a ruler. You don't need a calculator. You don't need a discussion. It's very simple. And I'll say it again, and it's always avoided. And I've been making the point, I think, the longest. John Oliver, I have one question for you. I don't even know what the results you came up with. He probably did some detailed fucking think piece about how there's no advantages here and the levels of testosterone here, and depending on when they start taking it here, and there's no proven advantages here, and then there's no blah, 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 blah. That's what you call thou doth protest too much. Thou doth protest too much. It's a simple thing. People don't need to know the details of the numbers. They just want to say sports is separated by sex and not gender identity. Good. Do you agree or disagree? Certain people think it should be separated by sex. A much smaller population thinks it should be separated by gender identity, with a whole bunch of trigonometry equations involved in the levels of performing, quote unquote. I mean, you could put it in quotes, performance enhancing drugs that they're taking. I mean, whatever you want to call it, gender affirming care, performance enhancing, a chemical treatment that they're taking. Or you could just simply say, guess what? We're not even going to do those equations, and we're just going to say sports are separated by sex and not by gender identity because of one reason, a very glaringly obvious one. There is no controversy with trans men. Why? Answer that question for me before you bring on 15 experts who are wasting their fucking time studying this. Why is there no controversy on the male side? Give me a reason. Give me a reason. Is it because of sexism? What is it? Is it because women hate men? Why aren't they raising a stink about that? Why aren't even men raising a stink about it? Why is nobody raising a stink about that? Oh, I think I have a hunch why. Because there are no trans men competing with men that anyone cares about, because if they can, it's phenomenal. How many times I'm going to have to repeat this very fucking simple thing? I'll keep doing it every episode until shit like this goes away. Because if you're a Democrat and you're still talking about this shit, you got your fucking head right up your surgically created pussy. I'm sorry. I'm one of the majority of Americans right now who cares about money right now and the future and the economy. I don't give a shit about this anymore. And the American people have spoken. They don't care about this. They just don't want it. I mean, how many women are we going to watch fucking disqualify themselves because they don't want to do it? Who gives a shit? There's not enough trans women to form a trans league. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. It's an issue that society has said we don't want. I don't know. I don't think it's a big enough population for fucking you to hang your hat on right now. It just doesn't seem practically wise to keep talking about this shit that seems pretty conclusive. Why does it seem conclusive? Look at the backlash. Look at the election. Look at what are you talking? I'm looking at him talk. I'm going, what are you talking about? Subtle differences between boys and girls. What are you talking about? There's not subtle differences. There's not subtle differences. I bet you he came to some sort of hacky conclusion that, yes, at the top levels, there's advantages, but who's to decide which top level are we talking about? The varsity A squad? The traveling team? I mean, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Until there's a controversy on the trans male side, this proves that it is an advantage by sex because it's linked to sex. Therefore, a trans man has no advantage. In fact, you encourage it because you assume he's at a disadvantage. And I use the proper pronouns. I call him he. But you assume he's at a disadvantage because of anatomically anchored sex. If you're too stupid to understand what I just said, then just fucking keep handing every election to Republicans who are just willing to say, let's just separate sports by sex and call it a day. That's a very, it's a very compassionate way to do it. Just go, hey, listen, we know you're trans. I'll call you a girl, whatever you want. But sports happen to be separated by sex, not gender identity. That's it. You're claiming, you're saying gender and sex are two different things. Great, I agree. Sports are separated by sex. So to play with the women, you got to be born a woman. But what if it, no. It doesn't matter what kind of cocktail you're taking, what science is doing for you. We're keeping that the way it is because that's what the 90, probably 5% of the population wants, whether they say it or they don't. I mean, it's just palpable. People just look at it and there's a gut reaction when there's a gut reaction when you see the girls and just a gut reaction. But when I see a trans man, I'm going like, I will tune in for that. A trans man, I will watch and root for any trans man, and I want trans men in men's sports. So therefore, you could never call someone transphobic who is saying that because they're going, well, you're transphobic. No, I support and I want you to study. I want you to juice them up. I want you to do whatever you can do to get them to compete with men. I would love to see that. Nobody would have a problem with it. I would love it because no man would ever want to be called sissy. You would never want a man, that's linked to masculinity. No man would ever be like, they're too good. That'll never happen. It'll never happen. Right. Don't let trans men in. It's unfair. It'll never happen. So there you have it. End of that story. Very funny to see him do this week. Very funny to see him do this week while China is announcing that it is banning Hollywood productions. Holy shit. We cannot handle more podcasts from fucking writers and all these bitter people who are just going to fucking continue to hate some big podcaster because they got in the game too late because they were writing for, whatever game show is comedic and they're upset, or The Daily Show. I mean, whatever it is, they're going to be upset. They're going to be bitter. They're going to start a podcast that's not going to take off, and they're all just going to continue to find some person to hate. We have enough of that. We even have a surplus of hate. we got a plethora of like hate. It's just too many. It's just too many, dog. There's too many. Too many stand-ups. I mean, people are getting hot online from whatever they're doing, and then they're like learning stand-up. They're going, well, fuck it. People are going to show up. They're fans of me and be like, I'll figure it out. They're just going up there. They're fucking yelling or whatever. I mean, it's just a bubble. It's a bubble of liquid shit that's being blown by a hollow economy. You got the shit inside the hollow economy. It's just full of air. So and it's blowing a big bubble of liquid shit. I mean, for your political commentary, you got options now. You got more options than cable TV even offered on both sides. There's 3 or 4 sides. And then you got the hate those guys podcasts. And then you got the hate. I mean, it's just, we got too much commentary. I'm not knocking it because I understand it's what we got to do. All right, that's what our economy is right now. We're a monetized talking and monetized sex drive economy. And that's what we are. That's what we are. We're consumer-based, leisure lifestyles, and we're just consuming. And, it's just, there's not a lot of jobs out there that don't entail circle jerk marketing to each other. So I get it. But, there are plenty of jobs. Employment is good. There's a lot of jobs, a lot of service jobs out there. It's just a question about where does the stuff get made that we buy, and can we just keep jerking each other with the services? You do this for me, I do this for you. And then a wrench came in. And that wrench is artificial intelligence that said, you don't need to jerk, I will jerk you, and I'll jerk both of you. And then you go, but so I can't charge him and he can't charge me? And AI just goes, yeah, I just work for the guy who owns the company, and I jerk everybody, and I get paid $0 because I'm a steel slave. Robots are just the fantasy for colonizers. They're steel slaves. They're slaves made out of metal. They're metal slaves that are coming, and they're just going to jerk everyone off for free. So that's a problem because we're going, hey, I like jerking him off, and I liked getting jerked off by him because we were paying each other in indirect ways for this whole bullshit circle jerk. So what are you doing? We can't add robots into this equation, right? Because how many... I guess, are we going to employ the whole country to just learn how to fix robots when they're doing everything? We don't know how it's going to shape up, but the history books, this is a dramatic, we had like a lull, and now we're in like a dramatic point in history, paradigm shift time. I mean, the tide is just, there's a tidal wave coming, and you just don't know how far the tsunami is going to go inland. Let's basically be honest. There's a tsunami. We've recorded the earthquake that's going to cause the tsunami. The only question is how far in is the tidal wave going to be? But I would suggest unequivocally find high ground. That's it. Find high ground. Whatever that means to you, find high ground. That may mean canceling your Hulu subscription or starting to learn to cook in more. Walk around at Trader Joe's and get to know Trader Joe's because they grow their own stuff or something like that. Hopefully, Trader Joe's.
Good prices.
Good prices for now, but they have their own farms or something.
Yeah, they have their own.
They
brand.
market that they do, but it's probably coming sneakily from China through South Korea. There's some backdoor deal to avoid some tariff or whatever, which China does. They go, hey, we'll go through an ally of the United States. Here's a little thing. Costs you tariff. But Optimus is coming. So I was about to say we need civil rights for Tesla cars because they're being attacked. They're victims of hate crimes. Pretty soon, Optimus is going to be hate crimed because he's going to be taking people's job. Here is Optimus. To see the progress they have made from 2022 to 2024 on this thing, which is Tesla's Optimus robot, which is a humanoid robot, is scary. Here's a person doing a transaction with a fucking robot bartender. They don't get tired, and they just work.
Do they take tips?
Well, here's the thing. I'll always go to a bar with a chick with a hot bod over fucking Optimus. Until you can fuck Optimus, I'm not worried about that sector. But maybe we bring the factories back and then we just put robots to work. And then I just don't know what people are going to do because idle time is the devil's plaything. And we are totally at saturation for this fucking digital economy that's fucking supported by BetterHelp ads. So I don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. But it seems like a very interdependent economy. And Trump, as we know, is doing what he's doing. It's caused a rift between Navarro and Tesla, Tesla's guy, Elon. They're yelling at each other. Like we said in previous episodes, Steve Bannon hates Elon. There's kind of like two wings, right? You got those, are they white supremacists? I don't know. They just prefer white. Can we call them prefer white supremacists? Because, you know, they talk around it and we know what they mean. You know, when Bannon says, hey, I want no immigrants in, and Elon says, no, we need the best immigrants, no matter what the country, color, and Trump says, echoes that, and Bannon gets upset. He's upset for one reason, and it's because there's something that doesn't get sunburned as easily in the equation. He wants sunblock sales through the roof for the country, for everybody. So, I mean, that's just who he is. That's my opinion. I'm not calling him a white supremacist. I'm calling him a prefer whiter. He's a prefer whiter all the way around. Not just his neighborhood, just the whole country. He's a prefer whiter for everything. You could assume it, right? It's not crazy for me to say that. I mean, you can make that assumption, but things he said, right? And you could assume that Elon Musk is having a mental breakdown on social media. He's addicted to it. You could say that. You could say, hey, I have a friend who's tweeting every 3 minutes about politics and just going wild. And you'd say, yeah, that person probably has a social media addiction, right? But for some reason, nobody assumes Elon does because he owns the platform or whatever. I don't know. I mean, to me, he just reminds me of a guy who sells cocaine who started doing cocaine. That happens, and it hurts business. But supposedly Doge is... The thing about the whole Doge findings is I just don't know what to believe because I know that when you're tasked with a job and you've marketed yourself as a hero and you have a megalomania, you're having megalomania, right? Or a manic episode, or you're a megalomaniac, or you're an egomaniac, or you have a messiah complex, you're going to confirmation bias, you're going to find, and if you don't find, you're going to create. Because you don't want to go into Doge and be like, it actually wasn't that bad. You know? Especially if your political leanings are fuck Social Security, we want to get rid of it anyway, type stuff. So I don't know what to believe, but according to right-wing news, Doge, I mean, there's fraud everywhere. Everything's a fraud. According to right-wing news, you can't imagine the fraud they've come up with. According to left-wing news, poor people are going to starve. Gay people are going to die. So it's the usual political rancor that's still on opposing sides when it comes to Doge. But my original point that I was saying when I started this is I never thought something was going to bring us together. And good you stuck around to get my point because I got sidetracked and that's what I do. Nothing has brought us together more than everyone, Republicans and Democrats, just worrying about America's money future. Donald Trump, this is your economy now. Nobody who's not an absolute merch-wearing Republican, MAGA guy or girl, is going to listen to you blaming Biden after this. This is now, this week on, this is your economy. The economy is going to be a direct result of the actions that are taken in these upcoming weeks and months. And we will find out at the midterms whether you did good or whether you did bad because nobody knows. We've gone through the scenarios here. And the best case scenario, in my opinion, is this is a negotiation tactic. And it seems like it's working with a lot of countries. Maybe we get to zero tariffs. Maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know enough about it. But I do think I know enough about going, what's the best case scenario? The best case scenario is everyone makes a deal. But all this is about China, right? All this is about China. You know, who cares about a couple of points here and there with Vietnam? You know, I can't imagine we're going to lose our mind over an unfair tariff in Vietnam or Cambodia or Alaska. I think he put a tariff on penguins. Guys, if you're having a little ED issues, you're having a little erectile dysfunctions, Hims has you covered. Okay? Hims has your back. If you're dealing with ED, it can be an uncomfortable, embarrassing thing potentially. So that's why Hims is so great. They provide you access to a comfortable solution with an all-online process and personalized ED treatment options. They're changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. You never have to step foot in a doctor's office. They provide access to a range of doctor-trusted ED treatments like chewable tablets, Viagra, and Cialis, and their generics for up to 95% less. Boom. No brainer. Cheaper. The process is 100% online. Just fill out an intake form on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you for free. No insurance is needed. One low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. With hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, Hims can help you find the ED option that works for you. So start your free online visit today at hims.com/Yannis. That's HIMS.com/Yannis, YANNIS, for your personalized ED treatment options. Hims.com/Yannis. The featured products include compounded products which are not approved nor verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. It's about China. And as of this podcast, I think there's 117 or anything from 104% to 117% tariff now on China. Which basically means no goods are there's no more Chinese made stuff you can buy that's not already on the shelf. So how much stuff is available to be bought? How long will that last? Couple months? Maybe a year of stuff that's already made it onshore or near shore to be onshored. And then Indiana get to work. Vietnam get to work. I don't know, India get to work. I mean, as of this podcast recording, Apple's saying it's looking into India. They're going to go India. Who knows? We may have the same problem there. But at least they're not communist, right? Are they authoritarian? I don't know. It's good that they hate the next door neighbor. Yeah. That keeps everyone balanced.
They got that guy Modi, President Modi.
They got Modi over there.
He's big on social media.
Yeah. So maybe we build up. Maybe there's no more people wiping their ass with their hand over there. It's built up. It's built up. They've really risen up, but there's certain places that are so poor. It's like wild. I guess China's still the same way. You know what's funny? America's the same way in some ways when you go to certain places, but not as bad as that. We have like running water and shit, except for Flint. I don't even know if they've solved Flint. Did they just leave that? Was that ever fixed? Does Flint have clean water yet? Or is it just people just didn't? There is a Communist Party of India. Oh.
It's a market-based economy.
I know that, but how many seats does the communists have? Probably a few. I mean, you could argue that China's a market-based economy, you know, with authoritarian controls and a communist heart. You know?
Make sense of this.
It is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic with parliamentary system of government. I can imagine sovereign, social. It's like same as Greece or whatever. They have social programs, and they have a parliament. They have branches of government.
Sounds like a little bit of everything.
Sounds like a little hodgepodge, but not as much of a little bit of everything as China. You got a little freedom here, a little authoritarian here, a little.
The title, they say they're the Communist Party of.
Yeah, but it is a hodgepodge. I fear India less than China, personally. I like both cuisines, the Americanized versions of them. I don't eat crickets and shit like that. But if I didn't grow up to eat crickets with pepper or paprika or whatever, crispy crickets. And I don't mean the sport. So as of right now, no more Hollywood movies going to China, which, if this holds, means that's it. That means the movie business is done. That means there's no major market for our big budget movies, and that means everything's going to be like Chuck and Buck. Remember Chuck and Buck? Shot on a fucking digital camera with two childhood friends below each other. It's going to be some indie tale about some existentialist angst. I mean, just fucking maybe Woody, we're just going to have to give Woody a pass and tell him, keep going, make some more movies. No more fucking superheroes, no more car crashes. That's it. I mean, if that happens. So as of right now, yeah, he's vowed to do it. Is it set in stone? Is it 104?
It says China's mulling.
Oh, so China's mulling a ban on Hollywood film releases. And Trump is mulling 104% tariff, which means a total, right? That means like we whatever the price is double. Is that basically what it is? Yeah, or more than double if it's 104%. More than double. So if you wanted to buy tchotchke for $5, only $10, not bad. But if you want an iPhone to get it, I mean, it's just Jesus Christ, just fucking, this isn't even promoted. But these are called Otter boxes. These are great. You can drop your phone, just, you need it. Something to really protect it. I think these are also made in China. So just hop on Amazon right now and get yourself a Mophie and do not drop your phone. Take care of it. You're going to need it for 20 years, 5 years, 6 years, 3 years. Who knows? Or it might just seamlessly pick up in India and Vietnam, because Vietnam's coming to the table, right? Other people. We're basically gonna find out. This is me helping you, like I need the help to understand this situation. It comes down to one sentence. Who needs who more? We're gonna find out. Does the United States need China more, or does China need the United States more? Because it's a foregone conclusion that at the present moment, we need each other to function in a comfortable place for our lifestyles. Because now they've gotten used to a certain lifestyle as well. So for both of us to continue this comfortable lifestyle that we've grown accustomed to with a nice air conditioner for $400, a Brita for $99.99, a ShamWow gets 6 for $12, but if you order now, 6 for $10, made in China. We've all gotten comfortable with the prices. So that's going to change unless China comes to the table. Something's going to change. And someone is going to hopefully leave miserable. And the best deals are when both parties leave miserable. The problem is I don't think Trump is looking for that. I think he's looking for a bend the knee, and I think Xi's looking for a bend the knee, and that's the problem. Because China, unlike the other countries, has gone the other way. Most other countries are going like, let's negotiate. We don't want this. Let's negotiate. Okay, we could talk. Let's knock off some points. Let's make it work. China's going, Not only are we not negotiating, we're putting tariffs back on you. And then America's going, we're putting tariffs back on you because of that, up to 104%. And now China's mulling over no more Godzilla, no more King Kong, no more fucking Fast and the Furious. No more need to cast an Asian guy to appeal to the number one market of late for Hollywood films. Now, what you hope happens, another base case scenario, is that Chinese have gotten so spoiled in 25 years, that they love those movies and they just storm the foyer. We're hoping Chinese storm the foyer. I hope the foyers get stormed over there. Now, here's a worst case scenario. China goes, they're going full-blown fuck you, so now's our time to go full-blown fuck you and invade Taiwan. What are you going to do about it? We're calling your bluff now. What are you going to do? If it drop a nuke, we'll drop a nuke. This is where it gets dangerous. You know they want Taiwan. You know eventually they're going to take it, either surreptitiously or back channel or through legislation or through untoward insiders in the Taiwanese government or fucking with force. You know they've been working on it. They've got Hong Kong. All those little Western influence, they're taking it little by little. They make no secret about the fact that Taiwan's theirs and it will be theirs. So this may be the time they go, all right, this is all out. So now we're taking that. What are you going to do? NATO's vowed to defend it. Are you going to do it? All right. I don't think they're going to do it because they're big allies, North Korea and Russia. And the only one they can rely on right now is probably North Korea, but they can always rely on Russian nukes. I just don't like people with nukes fighting. I don't like that. I don't like 2 big boys, 3 big boys, 4 big boys fighting. The big boys need to figure out a way to exploit all the little boys together. That's what we got to do. We have to work with China. It's not going backwards. That's what scares me about this is, China can weather this storm probably as good as we can, which is not that good. But which country is in a better position? Which society is in a better position to weather hard times? The one that has authoritarian control and doesn't care about its people and was poor just like 30 years ago? Or the one that likes Big Gulp and Nathan's hot dogs now, right now? Which one? Democratically elected representatives who can be yelled at and rebelled against and ousted, where you're allowed to disagree and raise points and podcast about those points and win people over with your points and cause confusion because, oh, I heard this and I like some of this, but now I don't know what to believe. Which country holds more cards in this poker game? Now, as far as the trade war goes, you have to maybe tip the advantage to China because China can flood other markets with its goods, even at a loss, while the U.S. would struggle to replace China. And that would cause the ripple effect that I've talked about in previous episodes that scares me so much that leads to a foyer being stormed. It ends with a foyer being stormed. That ripple effect, raised prices, capitalists, CEOs have to lay off workers, unemployed people, they get angry, government assistance runs out, they storm the foyer because now the Samsung is worth a couple $1,000 more and it's not as replaceable as it once was. And the foyer stormed. We're trying to get these foyers secure. But this is 2 people that have been hate fucking for a long time. These are 2 countries that have been hate fucking for a long time, and they love to hate fuck. Our relationship with China is a good, fucking passionate hate fuck. It's a fucking hate fuck. And now there's other people trying to lure us away, and maybe we just have to look each other in the eyes and say, we love to fuck too much, man. Like, we don't even want to like each other, but we don't want to stop fucking, So nobody's going to walk away from this unscathed. So that's why it's so funny to hear anyone talking about anything else right now, because I don't even care if a fucking Delta flight crashes into another Delta flight. I just go rest in peace. But what's going to happen with America? Okay, great. They brought back dire wolves. Great. All right? Even I don't care about that right now. Aliens could just show up right now and hand me a life of my dreams through telepathy and say, all you got to do, we've given you the power to dream and achieve it. And I'll go, I don't care. I don't care you exist. I don't care what you're giving me. What's going to happen is my foyer and are the foyers of Americans from the middle class up safe? I don't care that you resurrected a dire wolf that went extinct I don't know how long ago, which is fucking crazy that science could do that. Can we just admit, can people just on the right admit a little bit that science has advanced and now you could turn a boy into a girl? You know? Yeah, they can't have babies. All right, fine. Not yet. Maybe they will be able to. But science just brought back an extinct species from 12,500 years ago. So can't we just say, like, maybe they can also turn a guy into something you'd want to fuck if you're straight? Can't we just admit that and just add that into the innovations that have come with modernity and the advances in science and technology? All right? 200 years ago, it was a guy with a wig with no facial hair, preferably Asian, who's the only ones that can pull it off. Now they have technology that makes you pull it off. So can we just say that maybe possibly there's some people who feel like they're women and they want to look like women and they do women, and yeah, you can't make a baby with them, but it's a fucking, if you believe it's a woman, it's a woman, and if you don't, you don't, but you don't got to be a dick about it. Can't we just come to that consensus and then just say, hey, let's separate sports by sex and respect everyone's rights, and if you don't want to be around that party, then just go live in Arkansas and build that up and shut your fucking mouth, because where the gays are, I want to be. I'm just being honest. I want to be in Miami. I want to be in New York. I want to be in Los Angeles. I don't give a fuck what you say the tax benefits are in fucking Texas and the rest of Florida. Go fuck yourself. I need to be close to the Jews, the gays, the fucking museums, the Italians with their food, the immigrants who are fucking working, because I don't see that lazy shit. I just see Mexicans fucking running around and bringing me food. You know what I'm saying? I need to be close to the blacks. I need the culture. I just, whatever. I don't care about your social politics. Keep them to your fucking self. Say what you want. I hope you're happy. I just need to be around these people, or at least an hour drive to them. And then get out before things get sketchy. More like that now. More like that. Hour, 2-3 hour drive. As long as it's in range and I can go to my favorite Japanese, Chinese, Korean barbecue, Ethiopian on occasion. You know, I just want to have access to that. I just, whatever. I like New York. Okay, sue me, I'm biased. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I tend to prefer. I do like Savannah. I do like Charleston. Those are in red states. Miami's technically in a red state. I like Miami. I like Fort Lauderdale. There's a lot of places I like. I like Austin. Oh no, I like it. I like everyone. I do. I'm just kidding. I prefer. I'm a big fan of Omaha, Nebraska. It's like New York, San Antonio. It's tough for me. It's tough when I go to San Antonio, New York. It's tough. I don't know. I like everywhere for different reasons. But they brought back the dire wolf. So anyway, I'm on a tangent about that because, like, yeah, dude, they just brought back a dire wolf. You're going to say that's not a dire wolf? It's a dire wolf. Okay? You look at Carmen Carrera, you say, you tell me that's a guy? Is that her name? I mean, just go to her Instagram and be nice. Don't be.
Oh, this chick, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot her. Yeah. Is that a guy?
No,
I don't think that's a guy.
No.
I don't care what you say.
That is the hottest guy I've ever seen.
It was a guy, and now it ain't. Because if it is, it's the hottest guy I've ever seen. So, I mean, can we just say that that's what it is? I mean, yeah, sometimes it works out better than others. Let's be honest. But they even know that in the community. They say they have a word, passable. They know about this shit. She's what you call passable. You wouldn't know. So I don't know what to do with it. Just embrace the awkwardness of it. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But you can't take anyone's rights aside from, hey, look, sports is separated by sex and gender. I've just solved all the country's problems right there. And don't think everyone's going to agree on lifestyle, culture, religion. It's not going to happen. Just be respectful by the law of everyone's rights. And, the gay club's over there and your Christian fucking bingo night is over here. Just whatever. Respect it. Respect each other. I don't know if it's possible, but go for it. I'm trying to make everyone get along. You just got to hand the government over to people who had homes where there was a lot of fighting. And usually the youngest tries to be the peacemaker, and just let them try to figure it out. because those are the only people who can try to make everyone get along. I don't think anyone's ever really ever going to get along. They can just agree to disagree, and that's the best you can get, and that's fine. That's part of the great American experiment, and that's fine. And the most you can get is like, hey, we're all still one country, but you go here, it's a little bit more rodeo. That's fine. A little bit more gun loving. That's fine. You go over here, it's a little more yas, and that's just what it is. But we got to unite somehow because we got to batten down the hatchet? We got to batten down the hatchet, if that's the way it's said. Because it seems like all the rhetoric points towards tough times ahead. Because the only country that matters, or person, China, whichever you want to, and they're going the other way hard. They're going hard. They've raised the tariffs on us, and this is going to be a Pyrrhic victory for both sides, even if they win. There's going to be a lot of losses. Whichever side wins it's going to be a Pyrrhic victory, or Pyrrhic, however you want to pronounce it. Look it up. Get smarter. You don't know the word. Meaning it's going to be costly. It's going to be costly. S&P 500 right now is down again as of the recording of this podcast. It was up for a second and then it was down, right? We can expect it to continue to go down as long as these things are uncertain. I think the market doesn't like uncertainty, they say, right? So that's the problem. Now, what's this? The S&P 500's up?
This is over 5 years.
I know that, but right now we're down.
Oh, we're down for the day.
Yeah, we're down for the day.
We're down for the year. So
right, that happened quick.
Yeah, 1 year.
God damn, that happened quick. Look at that line going down. Yeah. I mean, that happened quick. But it was an unprecedented kind of.
Yeah, we're down from all-time highs.
Yeah, all-time highs under Trump and under Obama, Trump and Biden. It started to boom.
It's been a great run.
Boom, boom, boom. It's been a great run through 3 presidents. Safe to say, Trump's Wall Street friends are not thrilled with him right now, or do they have some insider information and he's just going buy. This is a good opportunity to buy. He's giving him a look. We're going to cut a deal. Just do it. Buy. I don't know. He doesn't seem that type. He's 79, and I don't think he gives a shit.
He's a real estate guy.
He's a real estate guy. He don't give a shit about Wall Street. He don't give a shit about anybody, really. He's really good at getting like advisors that fight with each other, and then they fight for his attention. He's almost like Louis XIV in a way. He has that skill to kind of make them fight and, win his favor. Very interesting. You got Navarro and you got Trump fighting. You got Vivek and J.D. Vance started hating. Like all this flying, everyone started slinging shit, and it's all to please him. He's really like a Louis XIV. It's pretty impressive. He knows something about human psychology that's given him an edge. I think he gets that perception is reality. People don't really care about truth. Charisma wins the game. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. Just present it. And all you got to do is have more endurance than the other guy. Because at the end of the day, it's really about, this guy just has more endurance. he just waits him out. You think he's going down, but like he knows he has the endurance to just keep going. I don't know if he's snorting ketamine too, but he just keeps going and going and going. So the dire wolf is back. I hope you focus on that, because there's no point to focus on any of this. I don't even recommend you watch this podcast until this is over. I am not a trusted source for anything. So don't take anything I said as knowing anything. This is me learning about it as well, just as you are. I trust everyone who listens to this as an adult, and they can agree and disagree with me, or just watch it and for entertainment value, because that's really all it is at the end of the day. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. In fact, this has forced me to learn more about money, because my money's involved. As a lot of people's, all of our money's involved. I mean, it's just not a great time if you have a 401k and you retired yesterday. That's not a good time for that. People are going like, let me stay on the job for a little while longer, right? If you retired today, does your 401k just start? How does it work? Is it down?
You don't have to take all your money out at once, you know?
Right. What if you'd like to because you wanted to go move to Monaco or something?
Good, yeah.
So this is crazy, though, that they were able to do this. They took 2 wolves and they used genetic edits derived from a complete genome of a dire wolf and reconstructed ancient DNA. Oh, my God. Found in fossils. They can do this shit, but they can't make a vaccine that can chase variants? That's how tricky those little fucking viruses are. Isn't it funny that the most dangerous things are the smallest things? Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird? The biggest threat to us is viruses, bacteria, and mosquitoes. Crazy. Those 3 things kill more than anything, and they're the tiniest little things. It's really weird. They kill more than like nuclear weapons. They wipe out whole continents. So they did that, and go back to that for a second. Because was that an article you were reading?
No, I just think it's kind of funny that we have, on one hand, we have people bringing back wolves.
Right. It really shows you the gamut, how human intelligence really runs the gamut. We're not like other animals and species that, you know, a little more dominant, a little more submissive. It's like fucking brought back the wolf and like, yeah, Scott, my pussy's on fire. So they took it from a fossil. How did they extract DNA from a fossil? Can you keep scrolling? Holy shit. So essentially, could they bring back like woolly mammoths and saber-toothed tigers or Hitler? Maybe we should bring back Hitler to ask if he still lives in Argentina. Nuts. This is nuts. So what the hope is that science and technology and AI will hopefully be able to like fix all the stuff we've broken on the planet. Maybe they can figure out a way to reduce the carbon levels while we continue to stay industrialized with some sort of bacteria eating, I don't know, clouds that eat CO2. They'll be able to figure it out at some point, right? You're hearing the first howl of a dire wolf in over 10,000 years. Can we hear it? Dude, you think the wolf knows? Going, what the fuck? You think the wolf's like a dude that just got out of prison? Like, yo, what the fuck? These things got clothes on and haircuts? Holy shit. Oh, my God. It's a little freaky, no?
Very.
I can't believe I'm living to see this. So those things are technically extinct 11,500 years ago.
Yeah.
Those things aren't supposed to be alive.
Nope.
Holy shit. So those 2 things, as far as their DNA is concerned, they're waking up 11,500 years ago. They have no clue.
No clue.
If we did that to a human, you'd have to be pretty mentally strong to be like, I'm what? What? I'm who? I'm Adolf Hitler? If they're doing this, I mean, humans are right around the corner, right? Let's bring back Alexander the Great and interrogate him. They're going to do shit. They just probably don't know where the bones are or the DNA.
Yeah, it's not going to be them.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be
They'll bring back a person. They'll find some bones from then and bring the person back.
It would be interesting if they bring back like Neanderthal, man.
That's what they're going to do to see what the difference are, then study the poor Neanderthal and then make him happy by giving him Burger King or whatever, blowing his mind. But then he's going to bug out and like try to hunt one of the scientists. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. And I don't know. Maybe this is a good time to find out what's going on in entertainment news. I mean, seriously, if you're talking about anything or thinking about anything right now, you got a leaky roof because we're all concerned about it and we all should be concerned about it. And we all are concerned about it, which is interesting. And like I said, I'll end the way I started. I think we have discovered the thing that truly unifies us. It's the best we can hope for, and that is making money with each other. That's it. That's, I think, the best. You can't be like, hey, we believe the same things. That only works when there's plenty of kiwi on the tree. When things go a little dry, we get unified in concern for our money, everyone's money. Then, if it goes bad, we turn on each other, but we don't turn on each other for politics or beliefs. We turn on each other for survival. So at the end of the day, this is just a great reminder that we're all trapped on this ball together. We don't quite know why, and we all like to have a nice, cheap iPhone. Want to give a shout out to forthefree.art music in Hawaii. Check out their website for live shows and bands you may not have heard of. forthefree.art. It's a good peruse. You know, it's also a good peruse and hire IndigoLabsAgency.com. Our friend Nate Linder is excited to announce the launch of his new marketing agency, Indigo Labs. He recently quit his full-time corporate America job to pursue his marketing agency full-time. He's worked with me. He's worked with PCB Tech Art, another one of our shout-outs on here. So if you want to monetize, you want social media managing, go to IndigoLabsAgency.com. Marketing solutions backed by data and proven by impact. Also want to give a shout out to rebels-raiders.com. They're completely sold out of a lot of stuff, but they're restocking this summer with plate carriers, medical bags, rifle slings, all dropping soon in multicam and M81 woodland camo. Sign up for in-stock notifications so you don't miss out. This guy's rated. We went and looked. He's rated very high as a seller, right? So you can also grab your GOAT shirt, and anything with the word GOAT on it sends proceeds directly to GOAT charity. He's here to offer you great gear at a good price. So we went and looked. He is awarded the diamond level transparency and gold level authenticity by Judge.me, the independent review platform. So he keeps his prices low by not paying himself, because he's just out there trying to get you these goods. So go to rebels-raiders.com. Very cool website. Check out what they got if you're into that stuff. Suds Auto Spa in Bridgeville, south of Pittsburgh. Hit them up at 412-564-5033. You can email them at info@sudsAutospa.com. Check them out on the gram, suds_autos_spa. Paint protection film, car capsule unit, storage solutions, storage assets designed to keep your car dust-free, safe from impacts, mildew, even rodents, whatever. So check them out. PCB Tech Art. Go get your Power Nest right now for your car. It's very cool. Boom. Your phone should not play hide and seek with your car's charger, and the Power Nest is a cool product. Also, the Power Sphere, which they have, you put it on your, air conditioner and smells fresh in the car. Pick your flavor. It's very nice. Also other stuff. They'll make your prototypes like that. They made this sign for us. PCB Tech Art. Tell them I sent you for 10% off. Use the code Yannis10 for 10% discount.